In this video, we are going to break down a 500,000 view video that got me to 10K followers on TikTok in the span of about a week. So as you can see here, this video, 600,000 views. That's what it's at right now. And I posted this video about 3-ish weeks ago. So the video is doing pretty good on TikTok. And you can see my TikTok profile right here. We have almost 15K followers. So before I was at a couple thousand, maybe 2,000. And now we are almost at 15K. In this video, we're going to break down the video. First, we're going to watch the video. And then we're going to go over the analytics of the video. We're going to go over the strategies used to get a 500,000 view video, and then we're going to learn how to apply it. So you can also take away how to do this for yourself, for your own content, for your personal brand. Let's watch the video. For the past 13 weeks, I've been praying every single day because I've been worrying about my future and overthinking every decision. But after asking God to take away these thoughts, I felt more lost than ever, until I realized that faith is not a feeling. Welcome back to my series, Young Obedience. So I used to sit in front of my Bible without a clue of what I was reading, and I never felt the presence of God. But then I came across a very interesting verse while reading Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Yeah, bro. And that's when I realized I gotta stop trusting in my foolish, sinful self and trust in the one who has all the answers. Because let's be honest, bro, most of the time, I don't feel like doing anything. Now that we've watched the video, let's break it down. So this video is a short form storytelling video. That means it is 30 to 90 seconds. And these are the highest performing videos right now on short form platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and you should be using this format automatically. And now let's get into the analytics. So this video has 600,000 views. This isn't updated and it is 36 seconds long. So it's on the shorter side, as you can see. And the like rate for this video is 24.73%, which is absolutely insane. Like rate is the ratio of likes to views. So this video got 600,000 views. It had about 150,000 likes, which means that one out of every 4 viewers liked the video, which is absolutely insane. And you have to know that engagement on TikTok is always higher than Instagram. TikTok, that's just how it is. More people engage on TikTok. They're doom scrolling and whatnot. And you want to aim for a 1:10 like ratio on your own videos. So if your video has 1,000 views, you should ideally have 100 likes and so on. The higher this ratio is, the more viral the video is going to go. And as you can see, this video has nearly 25%, which I've never even seen this before. So it's pretty insane. This is probably why it went viral. It had a huge like ratio, and the more that ratio goes up, the more it gets pushed to more people, and therefore the more viral it gets. And I do want to note, talking head videos, the like ratio is higher. This means that when you're talking face to face with the camera, face is there, you're branding yourself, the video is going to have higher engagement because it's a human and people want to see humans. Your viewer wants to see a human. And it's even higher if it's a storytelling video. Storytelling taps into emotions, taps into psychological things, and the like rate, the engagement is even higher because the person relates to the video, the person feels something when they watch the video, and therefore they're more likely to engage. All right, let's get straight into the strategies. So let's go over the hook real quick. For the past 13 weeks, I've been praying every single day because I've been worrying about my future and overthinking every decision. This is a very long hook, and this type of hook specifically is a template that I stole from other creators. I saw viral videos and I was like, okay, if this hook works for them, I can take that template and use it for myself and make it better. And that's what I did. And this type of hook specifically is basically me documenting my current feelings and emotions, because feelings and emotions are super powerful. That's exactly what I did. I'd say I've been worrying about my future. That's super relatable. Overthinking every decision. That's super relatable. Both of those things are extremely broad as well. And why does this hook work? Well, first we have a clear time frame, 13 weeks. Now I could have said 3 months. This is a little trick if you're writing your videos. Instead of saying a small number, you want to make it a bigger number. You want to raise the stakes. So 13 weeks, it's not a normal thing to say. So that's the strategy there. Specific pain points, multiple of them. 2 pain points, worrying about my future and overthinking every decision. Those are 2 very strong pain points. Specific, get straight into it. Make sure you are targeting your viewer, of course. Niched down. This hook is super long. It's basically niched down. Like I could have said the most broad thing, but instead of doing that, I made sure it was specific. 13 weeks is specific. Praying every single day is specific. Worrying about my future and overthinking every decision, specific. Everything should be specific. Everything should be niched down. You don't want to be talking broad. You don't want to be talking to an audience. You want to be talking to that one viewer that you are targeting. Therefore, when you niche down, videos are more relatable and therefore more engagement. The more you specifically hit one person's feelings, the more that person's going to engage, and therefore the video is going to do better. Just how it is. Visual hook, cinematic shot. So the first shot is a wide shot of me sitting by my bed. It matches the feelings that I'm feeling. I'm sitting by my bed. You know, you don't do that if you're happy. You do that if you're sad. sad. So it fits that. It's a cinematic shot. You know, most people record with their phones. They don't talk. They don't take the first shot intentionally. But if you make it super cinematic, you make it look good, you make the lighting good, you make the angle good, then it's going to stand out when people are doom scrolling on their phone. It's going to stand out. Text to speech. So text to speech is something that I do. Of course, typically you have captions that are aligned with your voice, but in the first couple of seconds, I like to make each word come on as it's said rather than having 4 or 3 at a time. I just think it makes it more engaging. There's more stuff hitting the viewer's eyes on the screen in the first couple of seconds, and it's absolutely crucial that you focus on those seconds. So that's exactly why I do that. If you want to rewatch the video, you can see that each word appears at a time rather than having a block of 3 words at a time and then it's switching. Next thing, visual hook, is dynamic zoom. This is a simple editing trick. You keyframe your clips in the editing software that you use, whatever it is, and it basically zooms in very slowly, making the video just able to retain the attention just a little bit longer. And when it's zooming in, it's not static. The shot is static, but it adds movement to the clip. It makes it that much more engaging. And this is a present story video. This isn't me sharing something that happened a couple years ago. This is 13 weeks. It's pretty recent. It's like 3 months. It's super recent. So I'm documenting my current feelings and emotions. So it's a present story, my current life right now, what I'm feeling right now. It works clearly. So for the editing, these are editing strategies that I used for this video. I switched the music track 3 times. You always want to disrupt the pattern. If you use the same music track, there's no switches, there's nothing. You're not retaining that attention. You want to make the video extremely unexpected. You want to make it so the viewer has no idea what's going to happen next. And then something happens next. They're like, I didn't expect that to happen. And then 3 seconds later, you change it again. I switched it 3 times. I first started off with a relatively normal track, and then I switched to a more sad track when I was getting into the struggle. And then the revelation, I hit more of a hip hop kind of, uplifting track, because you want to match the emotions to the tracks. And when you switch the music, people don't expect that. The viewer doesn't expect that. It's random and it catches their eye. And subconsciously when they're watching, they don't think about all the music. If you switch the music tracks, it'll catch their attention. And the tracks match the emotion of the script. So the emotion is kind of sad, it's fine. If your content is sad sometimes, that's okay, because we're all humans. We feel emotions. We feel sad. We're not always super energetic and positive. So show that. That's what I did. I showed that and it worked. People loved it. The video went viral and the comments were crazy, like relatable. Make sure that you are actually sharing your emotions. Don't put on this fake facade of some person who's always happy and whatnot, because that's not how it is. That's never how it is, right? We all feel sad at times. And that day that I filmed that video, probably wasn't feeling too good. It worked. Okay. So also white captions only. I don't like using colored captions, red, blue, yellow. I don't want those colors in my videos. And that's just my personal preference. You can do whatever you want. I honestly don't recommend using colors in your captions. If you were to do it, use yellow or red. Don't use any other colors besides that. Bold to emphasize specific words. So because I only use white captions, the words that I want to hit a little bit harder, if I'm like praying every single day, I want to emphasize those words. I want it to hit the viewer when they're watching it instead of just more text on the screen. Centered and clearly visible. You don't want to make your text hard to read. You want it to be below your chin all times. If you're talking to the camera, below your chin at all times. Other than that, you want it to be in the center basically, because you don't want the viewer to get distracted for a split second. If the viewer is distracted because your text is some weird place on the screen where they can't even read it and look at you talking or the subject of the shot, then they're gone. They're going to scroll. And then also cinematic shots. I overlay clips on my videos. This is called B-roll. Technically, I filmed this on the day of the video and I overlay this over my talking head clips or a voiceover. So there's shots that are me talking straight to the camera and there's shots that are me talking in the background and then clips over that to visually tell the story. What this does is retain attention. This is absolutely crucial. The hook matters and you also have to keep that attention for the video to go viral and continue to get pushed out. Shots must be well lit, not dark. This is a huge problem that I see people doing. You do not want your shots to be too dark. You want your shots to be well lit. You want your face to be well lit. Most of the time your face is going to be the subject. You want people to be able to see it. Most of the time people are watching TikTok or Instagram in their bed, probably dark in their room. Your shots have to stand out, especially the first shot. And let's get into the virality factors. So these are the main strategies that I use for this video and that I continue to use in all of my videos. Number 1, extremely specific hooks, combining desires and pain points. This is just basic psychology. People are more likely to stop on the video with pain points. Negativity always wins. That's one of the number 1 rules when you should be scripting and making your videos. Negativity always wins. So emphasize the pain. You can't have pain without a dream. So this goes back to having stakes. What could be gained? What could be lost? Make sure you hit that in the first sentence of the video. Combine them. Your viewer wants a dream, but they have pain. So say both of those in your hook. Make sure it's extremely specific to them, not some broad motivational stuff. Make sure you know who you're speaking to and call them out on it because they're going to notice. They're going to notice. And if you say something speaking and you use words that hit them exactly, your video is going to catch their attention. They're going to watch, and if you emphasize the pain, they're going to be like, yeah, I have that pain. I need the solution in order to get to X desire. Number 2, match tone of voice to the script's emotion. If you go back to the video, the tone of my voice when I'm speaking on camera, it's not too energetic. It's not too happy. And that's because I wasn't feeling that good on that day. I wasn't super happy or energetic. I was probably down a little bit. Maybe I was overthinking, just like I said in the video. I matched my tone of voice to the script. I didn't fake it. People can tell. Your viewers can tell if you are faking what you're saying. If you're trying to be energetic when you're not, be real, be raw. If you're not feeling good, then show that. It's real. It's normal. People feel emotions. It adds weight to the wording. So everything you say hits much harder. If you're talking about something sad and you are acting all energetic, it's going to make absolutely no sense. But if you're talking about something sad and you are talking sad in the video when you're on camera, it's also sad. People are going to feel that. They're going to be like, yeah, this story's real. This actually happened. It has to be real. Don't fake it. Don't put on a fake communicational voice for the video, because people are going to know that you're not being real with them. And the most important strategy that I always use is to disrupt the pattern. This means that no matter what, you want to make the video extremely unexpected. We do this by using music switches, by using new angles, short lines versus long lines. You want to vary your sentence length so it doesn't sound super straight. You want it to be, unexpected, short line, long line, and then medium line. It goes back and forth, back and forth. Not every line is just this one monotone voice. Make it unpredictable. Make sure that no matter what you were doing, the video is unpredictable. The viewer doesn't know what's going to happen next. You switch angles. Maybe it's a weird angle. Maybe it's some, high or low angle that catches them off guard. Or you switch the music. Or maybe you say 2 words and then you say 20 words in a line. You just have to make it flow, make it up and down. And you want to use roller coaster structure, up, down, side to side, loop-de-loops, all that kind of stuff. Make it unpredictable. Make it super weird. Make it flow and make the pacing abnormal. That's just what you want to do. All right, lastly, let's get into how you can apply this to your own videos. Now, this is something I just want to note. Document your current feelings and emotions. It is a video idea. The video idea was I'm worrying and overthinking. Simple, universal video idea. And I turned it into a story. Just document that, how you're feeling. If you're feeling happy one day, act that way. If you're feeling sad one day, act that way. If you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, then say that on camera. Don't be fake, be real. That's how you're gonna build a true long-term audience. Strategy number 1 that you should be applying to your videos. Call out your ICPs, desires, and pain points within the first line of the script. Now, this is the hook. This is 3 to 5 seconds, typically the first sentence that you write in your videos. You should not be freeballing your hooks. You should be writing them and rewriting them until you feel like you're gonna grab your ICP's attention. Ideal customer persona. This is the person that you are targeting with all your videos, with your words, with your shots. Every single thing is for this one person that you are ideally trying to not only get the attention of, but bring in as a true fan and sell to in the future. Secondly, relate a personal story to a broad topic for a higher chance of virality. This essentially means you take something that's broad. So the topic of worry is broad. Basically, everyone can relate to that. And then you relate a personal story to that. As you can see in the video, I did that. For the past 13 weeks, I literally have been doing that, or I did at the time of the video. So I related my own personal experience and story to a broad topic for a higher chance of virality. Now, this goes back to the concept of niching down. Take what people already talk about, things that people can relate to, that anyone can relate to, and relate it to a personal story of your own, because that is how you grab attention. That is how you have good engagement, is by personal experience, what you are experiencing yourself. Make sure it's personal, relatable, and lastly, continue to break the pattern. New music tracks, new angles, pauses in your speech. You can slow down. You can mess up on purpose. You can do anything. Make the video unexpected. And lastly, metrics to aim for. So when you're looking at your video analytics, these are what you want to look at. 2% follower conversion. So this means 2 out of every 100 views. This is standard for a storytelling talking head video. If you get a video with 10,000 views, you should ideally get 200 followers from that video. If you get a video with 1 million views, you should ideally get 20,000 followers from that video. It's a standard rate. And as you can see, this video, I have no idea what 2% of this is, but it got me over 10K followers from one video. So as you can see, good videos, people will follow. You don't need to ask them to follow at the end of the video. You just need to make good content and they will follow. Secondly, a 10% like rate. This means 1 out of every 10 views. You can track this in TikTok and you want to make sure that people are liking the video. If they're not liking the video, if you're not getting 100 views on a video with 1,000 views, then you're doing a lot of things wrong and you need to make better videos. That's just the true reality of it. Likes are the most simple metric to track if a video is good, if it's doing well, and the more likes a video gets, the higher it is going to get pushed out into the algorithm. And lastly, a retention rate of 40% or higher. Retention rate rate is how long people watch your video for on average per viewer. So this means that on average, people should be watching at least 40% of your video. This isn't even that good either. This is the basic standard. I think the retention rate on this video that went viral was about 56%, which is good, but these are pretty long videos. These videos that are 30 to 90 seconds long, they're harder to have a higher retention rate, and that is exactly why you want to be aiming for 40%. If your video is below this and you're having a huge drop off after your hook, you need to work on your hooks a lot and use this same structure. Use this same structure that I'm talking about in this video. So these are the metrics that you want to track in your short form videos. If you're not hitting these, you just got to make better content, and yeah, I'll see you next time.